Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to show you which cards you can play in the current meta in your main deck, in your side deck when you play Purrely specifically. Um, I put all my options, I would say, cards I think are worth to play in this deck list. And yeah, I show you the current meta decks or the decks I respect and which card you can play against these decks and what's your win condition against these decks. The current meta is, of course, the most players play Yummy, then Dracotail, we have Vanquished Soul, we have some cringe players that play Malice or Mitsurugi. These decks, you have to respect these right now before the ban list. And I think Crystron is not too bad. And yeah, that is the last deck I would respect for my main or side deck. Let's talk about Yummy. What can you do against Yummy? What is your win condition? Um, with Pearly, is it of course Noir when you start and you summon Noir and you have two Delicious or even one with enough materials? Yummy cannot out this card. They don't play any out usually, and that's what you're trying to do when you go first against Yummy. Summon your Noir with Delicious, and you might be win here. You have infinite time. You can, after or when you establish your Noir and your turn 2 starts, you can attack with Happy Memory more than once, or attach some cards with Pity Memory to make some pressure. And yeah, when you establish your Noir, you might be win against Yummy. Cards that help you against Yummy going first are Foolish. You can send Blackout to call maybe the Link 1 monster. It's not that strong, but I think it's fine. Then the best card going first is, I think, Dimensional Fissure. Yummy decks play 800 hand traps in the main deck, and Defissure protects you by from Droll, from Ghost Ogre, Veiler, Diddy Crow, and even against the Yummy engine, Defissure is pretty good. When you draw your Fissure and start your combo, you might get your Noir in this turn. Then always, it's for every matchup when you go first, you can side into 3 Ash Blossoms. It's generally good against Mulchamis, and it's a card you can draw into it with Noir or with Sleepy Memory. So your first win condition against Yummy should be Delicious, or Noir with Delicious, and when you don't get your Noir with Delicious, so maybe you only get Noir with Sleepy or something like that, your second win condition is to draw into hand traps. And one of these is Ash Blossom, and the problem is not many hand traps are very good against Yummy. Droll is not that great. You need insane luck. Um, that rule is affects Yummy. Retaliating C is not too bad. When they start with Engage, Hornet Drones, or Obedience School, you can drop this card, and this card pressures Yummy a little bit. And then we have Fenrir. It's an interrupt, of course. It's discard fodder, and it's not too bad against every deck. It's a solid going first option. Um, and it's kind of like consistency, because when your only play is Delicious Memory, with Fenrir you have a monster on the field, and so you can play when you special summon Fenrir. So Fenrir is also not that great, not that bad against Yami. Then Ghost Ogre and Ghost Bell, not enough probably. Uh, Book of Eclipse mm, could be fine, but the problem is you will book your own setup or your own board, and that might not worth to play going first against Yami. Then you have Frost. You can play Frost in your main. You can Frost. You can play Frost in your side deck to set different dimension ground. It's kind of like D-Fissure for one turn. It's really crazy, and your opponent cannot out this card. D-Fissure they could out, but they cannot do anything against different dimension ground. And D-Barrier is not too bad. When you go second against Yami, you have a lot of cards. They are not bad against this deck. Of course, Fuvalos is very strong. Purrely is useless. You have Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler is really good in this format, so you might or you should play this card. Foolish Burial Goods into Black Goat to call Snatchy is not that bad. You have your Dust and Lightning Storm to clear the back row. For example, when they start with Obedience School, you can start and make their combo. You can start with a back row removal, then their chain their surprise. And when you have something like Dark Ruler, there has no interruption left except hand traps. So when you have both of these breaker, it's very good when they start with Obedience School, so they cannot summon the Herald. Fenrir is okay going second against Yami, but not that crazy. Meowls is okay. You can drop it in your own turn and draw every time there's special summon from the graveyard. Phantasma draws you 2 cards to fix the hand. Not that bad. Puruya is useless. Ghost Ogre, Ghost Bell. In the most cases, this is not enough. Breaker in general are very good against Yami, so Raigeki is insane. Is very good against Yami, but in the most cases you need 2 breakers to play against a Yami deck. Book of Eclipse, not bad. You can play this card, of course. You can play Frost into for the breaker, for Dark Ruler, for Lightning Storm, or Happy's Feather Duster. And yeah, that's what you do against Yami. Now we come to Dracotail. Dracotail is the next deck that don't have an out to Noir in the most cases, and that means you try at first to summon Noir when you start with Double Delicious, or even one with enough materials. Your opponent cannot out this in the most cases. Some people play Kaijus, but I don't think this is real. So your first goal should be Noir. And when you don't get Noir, your second goal is Sleepy Memory, always, to draw into something. And you can draw into Ash Blossom. This is very good. You can draw into Ghost Bell. This is very good. You can draw into Retaliating Sea. This is insane. And you have some other cards that are not that bad going first against Dracotail. For example, Foolish Burial Goods into Blackout. You can call the Atarion. Then Dimensional Fissure is insane. That means different dimension ground is insane. And D-Barrier is also insane because it's Infusion archetype. You have Ash, Retaliating Sea. Fenrir is, I think, against Dracotail, Fenrir is not that great going first. You have no target to banish that is really impactful, so this is in the most cases not worth, I think. Going first against Dracotail, I call it Ghost Bell. You can side. What I try to do is I play 2 up to 3 Fenris in the main deck, and I side into Unicorn and Kashira Birth for some going first, or for some matchups going first. And Dracotail is one of these. You can side into Unicorn and Birth, And when they make a fusion summon with a spell card, you have 3 cards in the graveyard that are really good targets to banish with Birth. So Birth is very good going first option against Dracotail when you play some Kashtira cards in your deck. And the rest of the cards are not that great. Maybe Rivalry. Rivalry could be okay. When you play Rivalry, I think you side into it. And Frost, of course, for different Dimension Ground and Deep Barrier. When you go second against Dracotail, you side into Fuvalos. You can use Foolish Burial Goods for Blackwood to call Altarion, but I don't think this is that worth. So you can side into Ash and Ghostspell because you can negate the traps. The one trap is not that impactful against Purrely. It is this one. Horn is not that impactful, but because return attack position monster on the field is not strong against Purrely. But the other trap, the flame, is really good against Purrely. So you can Ash and Bell this card. Then you have, of course, your Retaliating Sea. It's game changing against this deck when they start with a fusion spell or activate a fusion spell. They're lost a lot of advantage from this card. These cards are not too great because, of course, Dracotail can negate it. Fenrir does basically nothing. This is bad. Evenly is very good against this deck. You can clear the board. They cannot negate this card because Flame can only negate spells, so Evenly is not that bad against Dracotail. And of course, Frost is always fine to bridge into some breaker you need, or Floodgates. Now we have Vanquish Soul, and that is the first matchup that could have an out in the deck. Some Vanquish Soul players play Dogoran, some players play Kurikara, and some Underworld Goddess. I think in the most cases they don't play these cards, but the chances are not or are high that they could play these cards. So you cannot stay on Noir in the most cases. So that means your win condition isn't double delicious going first against Vanquish Soul. Your win condition is to max the sleepies and draw a lot of cards and draw into something. And what you can do is Foolish Burial Goods in general into Blackwood, very good. You can call something like Holy Sue, like Raisin. When you start and you activate Foolish Burial Goods and send the Blackwood is really good as an protection in your turn. Because when they start with Holy Sue combo, you can activate Blackwood or Chain Blackwood, call the Holy Sue, and they cannot use the on-field effect. Dimensional Fissure, not that great against Vanquish Soul. Ash Blossom is always a card you want to draw into it. Drawing Lockbird is good against Vanquish Soul. And when they play the big K9 package, draw is even better. So you try, in the most cases, to draw into Ash and Droll and have some interruptions with Noir. And this should be enough. Fenrir, you can side into Fenrir going first when you don't play it in the main deck. This is also like Blackcoat, it protects your first turn, and it's a solid interruption against Vanquish Soul. Ghost Ogre for the field spell is strong. Kashtira Unicorn, not that great. Book of Eclipse is okay, but it conflicts with your Noir. Vanquish Rivalry is insane against this deck. When you draw a Rivalry, you might win. They cannot play through this card in the most cases. And when you play Thrust, these targets are not that great. There is a trap I forgot the name. You can activate it, and both players have to reveal the hands in this turn. Yeah, so your win condition going first against Vanquished Soul is to draw into hand traps or have at least other interruptions against the stack. Now, going second against Vanquished Soul, it's kind of hard because Vanquished Soul has many layered interruptions. Some cards that are good against the stack is of course Fuvalos. Dark Ruler could be okay. Foolish into Blackcoat is okay. Ash is okay. Droll is good. Duster Lightning Storm is okay. Fenrir not that great but okay. Phantasmite to draw into some real cards. Purrely is very good. Ghost Ogre is not that not that bad because you can Ghost Ogre the field spell. I already said this, right? Okay, yeah. Raigeki is they hit the trap and and can protect their monsters, so Raigeki is not that good against the stack. But Book of Eclipse is okay. You can book every card on the field. They have place after the book, but it deals with some interruptions. They have no negate for evenly matched. You can clear the board with evenly matched. Evenly matched is very good right now against Dracotail and Vanquish Soul. But you lose your battle phase, and in Purrely your battle phase is very important. Frost to bridge into these is okay. Yeah, and this is Vanquish Soul. And now we come to Malice. Malice is the next deck that don't have an out to Noir to 99%. So your win condition is going first, double delicious. And when you established your Noir with double delicious, you will win this game. When you don't get to double delicious, you always take the 2 sleepy memory and draw into something. You can draw into Lancea, of course, into Ash, into Bell. These are all very good against the stack. Foolish Bury Goods into Goats is not that bad. You can call something like Windbinder. Fenris is mid against Malice going first. This is okay, but it will not bring you the game in the most cases. Then you have Phantasma to draw into other hand traps, into Lancea, Ash, and Bell. Or maybe Ogre. Ogre is okay on every Link 2 monster. The Kashtira package is not that great against this deck, but it's okay, I would say. And then we have Thrust into Artifact, Sanctum into Lancia. Yeah. Going second against Malice. Dark Ruler is not good, but Fuvalos is very good. Blackcoat to call going second, something like Crypta or Whitebinder in the most cases is okay. Of course, Lancia is very good. Ash, Bell are not too bad, but these don't bring you games. They catch some interruptions like MTP or Whitebinder. Back removal to clear the board is good. Fenrir not that great. Meowth is very good against Malice, of course. Phantasma is very good. Purrely is very good. And no, these not. No. And that was all what you can play against Malice going second. The next deck is Mitsurugi, and I think in the most cases when some people play Mitsurugi right now, they play pure Mitsurugi, and that means they have an Auto Noir. They have the Wuzu, and so you cannot stay on Noir with Double Delicious. So you instantly change your game plan into the most sleepies you can get. So you can draw into something, and you can draw into Ash, Bell, Droll. These are all very good against this deck. You have Foolish Bill Goods with Blackcoat into something like Murakumo, And when you have Thrust into Black Coat, you can call something like Wuzu, and they cannot summon their Kaiju. A Defissure is not that great against Mitsurugi, but it checks some hand traps. Fenrir is bad against Mitsurugi. You uh, don't have the right time to use the effect, or a good timing to use the effect. And then you have the Unicorn and the Birth, and these are very good against Mitsurugi when they start a ritual summon and sends the snake, the guy who adds the ritual spell from the graveyard, and the ritual spell is sent to the graveyard. You have exactly 3 targets for Birth to banish, and they don't get their ritual spell back. So when you play something like a Kashtira engine, you definitely sight into these against Mitsurugi. And then you have Thrust into D-Barrier. Yeah, that's it. Going second, you can play Fuvalos, Dark Ruler. Remember, when they activate prayers, they cannot pay 800 to re-1 after you Dark Ruler they bought, because they cannot take damage. Foolish into Blackcoat is very good to call Murakumo when they try to summon it from the graveyard, so they cannot use the Raigeki and the other on-field effect. Then you have Ash and Bell for Murakumo or Prayers. Droll, very good, going second. Back removal is strong, but they might have the Mitsurugi trap, but in general I would side into these. Meowth is okay. Puria is good. And then we have nothing. That's it. Yeah. And the last deck is Tristaros, and this is the only deck you can play an extra deck card for this deck, and this is Mega Fleet Dragon. When they don't play around it, you can fuse in the most cases SP Little Knight and the Infinity into this one, and can run over monsters, so it trades very well to have this in the extra deck against against Crystron. But other cards, when you go first, they don't have an out. That means you try to stack 2 Delicious under your Noir. And when it doesn't work, of course, the double Sleepy against Crystron. You have Blackcoat is always okay going first. When you set it, you can call one of these when they activate. Okay, why I don't. Okay, the K9 card with special summons 2 from the hand. And when you call the other target, not the K9 monster, none of these monsters are special summoned. Then Dimensional Fisher, very good against Crystron. Lancia is okay. Ash, you side always into Ash. Bell is okay. Droll is good. Yeah. Fenrir is okay. Maybe it's good going first. Then you have Ghost Ogre. I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. Kashtira, Unicorn, and Birth could be okay, but I'm not sure right now. I'm not that familiar with Crystron. And then you have Rivalry. Rivalry is okay, because they play more than one types. And Thrust into different dimension ground should be enough against Crystron. Yeah, that's the decks I respect right now, and how to play against these decks. When you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments always. Like the video, would be really nice. And then see you on the next video. Bye bye.